And welcome back everyone to the European Multikey tournament. I'm poketoine here commentating along this match, which is gonna be the Seneca versus DravenXTaric. So I have not checked both players yet, so I don't know what this match is gonna look like, and this is actually gonna be pretty fast already, because we do already have the warm-ups here. Don't know which one it is, but I mean, it is surely one of the both players warm-up. And it is gonna be a 7K map. Chocolat à la menthe. Ah, yeah, obviously. We love the French titles. Mapped by code TGR. So yeah, 170 ppm chord stream, quite usual here. And Seneca having a little bit of a lead here. Especially I think accuracy wise, I mean, even comparing the unstable rate of both players, you can already notice that Seneca's been handling those streams much better than Draven so far. And by the way, hello to the chat, to the viewers out here watching the match. I hope you're doing great. So far, no drops so far. I mean, Draven might be F'ing the map, but I'm not sure. Probably not. I mean, even if this was the case, this is not the case anymore. Yeah, the cursing is already starting, but yeah, this will be fine. Code TGR. Wait, pronounce that wrong. I mean, I'm not Korean, so I have no clue how to pronounce this name correctly. But anyway, first warm-up's over. I think we might have a second warm-up, we'll see. And we do already have to get a look at the map pool here. So we might not have second warm-up here. And it looks like it is not the case, as both players are rolling here. And yeah, Draven rolling the magic number. Yeah, we're all happy. Yoo-hoo! So Draven will have the choice to pick her band first. And now we're gonna get to see Seneca's bands. Well, the thing is that I do have clues of which maps are gonna be banned by the players, and yeah, I mean, that's not surprising. considering all the warm-up, 7k warm-up went, and I think Seneca is actually quite a low key mode player. So yeah, the 10k LN map here being banned makes sense, I think, but now we get to see Draven's ban. Draven is actually gonna be banning the 4k Rice map, so it looks like Draven will be the more prominent player at the higher key modes, while Seneca will be the more lower key mode oriented player here. And Seneca will now be banning out the 9k LN map. The thing with the students, I mean, I do not know the skill set orientation of those players, but the thing is that at the lower difficulty map pools, like the round of 16 ones, the Rice high key mode ones might tend to be harder for less experienced players, because obviously this is faster, and if you've already got the LN coordination, the LN higher key mode maps might be more accessible to you, but this might not be the case for Draven here in this case. And speaking of Draven, he will be banning out the 7k Rice map as well, so Draven might be a more kind of, I mean, gimme key player, if I should say so myself, because he literally bans the two, I mean, main key mode Rice map here, and we're getting into the 10k Rice map here being picked out by Draven. This 10k Rice map, I think, is quite a jump in difficulty compared to the last round, considering this is 146 BPM, and looking at the star rating here, I think this is quite dense, not so much, but a little bit it's still. So quite a jump, I think, and I think this might be a good pick for Draven here. Yeah, the thing with the drafting of this match is that one player actually bans Rice and the other one bans LN, so we do already see the key mode disparities here, but this might also be the case in the Rice versus LN department here. So I think this might be quite interesting to see some picks like, I think, the 8k Rice map, or maybe the 6k LN map, you know, those kind of maps where it's kind of in the middle in terms of key modes, and this might actually fail. This is some maps where I think breakpoints are possible here. And oh, Draven not having the better start here, unfortunately, allowing Seneca to take up a little bit of a lead here. Though it is traded back and traded. Okay, so both players are just missing out, but Seneca is missing out more, Draven being able to catch up the lead here. Both players actually missing out, but I think this was cleaner in the side of Draven, so this allows him to take a little bit of a lead here, though it does drop again, and Seneca being allowed to take the lead again so far in a third of the map here. In the break section, and oh, unfortunately Seneca missing out on the this break section does not favor Seneca. I think this is those jacks and those coordination patterns which makes them trip up here, allowing Draven to take the lead again, even though the accuracies are quite close. I think this is mainly due to the combo side of things here. again, dropping in the break section. The thing is that I think this might be this might be reading issues here for Seneca, because he messes a lot on the break section here. So it is being traded back by Draven, but I think this is not gonna be enough. We're heading towards the ending of the map here. And Seneca dropping again. Because while Seneca just manages to maintain their accuracy, Draven's accuracy is actually going up here. And as the accuracy is going up, the lead is going up too, and this allows Draven to take their first pick here. As we do see, this mainly comes to accuracy here, but I mean the combo here, but the accuracy, there's also quite a difference here, and both in the ratio side of things and in the turn-down count of things here. But this was possibly Draven's safest pick, so this might be the biggest lead between Seneca and Draven, favoring Draven, that we'll see during this match. And now we get to Seneca's pick, which is going to be the 6k Rice map, Birth. Which, what is this artist's name? What is this? Or do you just pronounce that Lilil? My god. But anyways, it looks like we're gonna be having quite a map here actually. This is probably 176 BPM quad stream here, so this might be quite the same difficulty as the warm-ups, the 7k warm-up we've seen before. I mean, it depends on the density and the patterning itself, but this might be quite similar. So this might be quite a safe pick for Seneca here. And as we're seeing so far, Draven having already a little bit of trouble correctly hitting those patterns. He's also hitting just a little bit early here, but well, Seneca is having a much better comfortability here on this map than Draven at the moment. And again, this is a 2 minutes long map, so quite a normal length of the map here. So far, both players have seen the map here. I mean, this map is very straightforward, so not too complicated to FC here. This will mainly come down to the accuracy here, because so far the lead is actually quite big, even though there's no I mean, apart from no, but this is showing that even with a miss, even with 2 misses, Seneca still does have the lead thanks to their accuracy here. That this is not so safe, because so far Draven, I think, is the more consistent player combo wise, so there's possibility is for a breakpoint here. So for Seneca, since their 2 drops has been quite consistent throughout the patterns here, never mind, they just drop out, but I think this is not gonna change anything, as we're just in the ending of the map here, and this is over. And Seneca getting their pick as well. And Jesus, this is literally the 2 opposites. We literally have the low accuracy full combo in the side of Draven, and the the high accuracy play, but with misses from Seneca here. And the thing is that we often say that combo is important because DFC allows you to have much more score, but the thing is that if the accuracy doesn't follow, this is not gonna be good, and that's just what happened for Draven here, unfortunately. No, this wasn't their pick, and we're getting into their pick actually, since this is going to be Charles. This 7K Ellen map. And Seneca, which is going to be turning Osumania into a non-rhythm games because we'll be playing with no music, okay. Or, I mean, as long as you've got the reading, you can play without music, but this definitely helps. I just hope he's not an audio accuracy-based player, because that would suck for them. And here we go in the 7K LN map here. And the thing is that I'm looking the star rating right now at 6.6. I mean, star rating is not everything, but this just tells that the map is already quite hard, and for a round of 16 map pools, damn, I mean, that means that the next map in the next rounds will be harder, and I'm quite interested to see that. But let's get back into the match, as Seneca does already get the lead to the first section of the map here. Draven already dropping the full combo, and oh my god, the war here of Draven is hitting so damn early here. I mean, Seneca is hitting just a little bit early too, but is managing to stabilizing that very well compared to Draven here. The player is not having their FC anymore, and this map is actually quite short, only 1 minute and 40 seconds. We're already 2/3 of the map so far, so the thing is that those mistakes from Draven will allow Seneca to take possibly a breakpoint here actually. So this might not be the better pick for them. And this is quite surprising actually to see Draven pick the 7K LN map so early in the match, while they have something like the 9K Rice maps left. Well, I mean, I think this one map is not banned, I think. But yes, Seneca will be able to take that breakpoint here. And again, this mainly comes down to the accuracy again. And look at Draven's ratio. Is really being able to hold the combo here, but is not being able to avoid those misjudgments, especially those 200s, but also this ratio. So in this early rounds, you really need to be able to act those. I mean, if we could speak of accuracy, but when the difference is that huge, obviously you really need to get a better accuracy to be able to compete with Seneca here in this case. And we're actually going to be seeing the 8K Rice map here, Maze Metroplex. Absolutely, this is absolutely an accuracy versus combo main here. And I mean, the thing is that to be a good player, especially in a tournament setting, you need both of them kind of like in a bundle, you know, because if you have one and not the other, then you will not be able to compete. Because in the case of Seneca here, is being really prominent in the accuracy department here. Is not being quite as consistent than Draven here in this case, but just enough to be, but quite enough to be able to take the advantage here, while Draven does have the combo advantage here, but their accuracy is not quite being able to compete here with Seneca's here. And so far, Seneca having the lead here due to the accuracy difference again. Break section of the map here. Do not choke on the trees here. They can make you trip up here, like in this case with Seneca. And that means that the lead will decrease just a little bit and a little bit more with this drop as well. The thing is that there's still quite a little bit of cushion he can work with, so I don't think this can change anything just yet unless he finds another drop here, but I don't think this is enough yet. I think it does still need to find some more drops here to be able for Draven to take the lead. And actually, about the lead is actually increasing for Seneca here. I think Draven was struggling to hit those graces properly here. And again, Draven here having a much more combo here than Seneca, but they are not quite able to maintain the accuracy. The thing is that we've noticed Draven it's quite early throughout those maps actually, and I mean we've seen actually him having quite just a little bit wider of an unstable rate than Seneca, but I think this mainly also comes down to the fact that he's hitting quite really early, and I think a change in their settings like the offset or Discord speed might change up things for them. Because this allows Seneca to... I mean, this was Seneca's pick, but the thing is that right now this is gonna be Draven's pick. The thing is that they can't let another breakpoint happen here, because this will be quite complicated for them. And I think this 9k rise pick is quite their solution here. Because I think in the 9k and 10k department, Seneca will be having quite a tougher time than Draven here. Because I think the fact that the thing is that in the 9k and 10k department, Seneca's combo just collapse here, because they have not quite the reading and the coordination just quite yet, and this will allow Draven to maybe get their second point in the match. And there we go in the 9k rice map here. So far, Seneca having 3 points here and Draven having 1 here, with only 1 breakpoint for Seneca here. And I mean, those 2 drops are being traded back, but the map just started out and both players are already not in FC. And Seneca, as expected, is actually dropping much more than Draven here. I mean, Draven to take the lead here, actually. Yes, we're seeing Seneca is not being able to combo through the patterns here. I'm looking at Sonika's combo here, and it cannot reach the 3-digit buyer here. Ray struggling that much inaccuracy makes Draven having quite a lead here. Sonika again dropping in the break sections of the map. The fact that they drop in the break sections as well really show how they quite struggle in the raiding and how they are not quite very prominent at the higher key modes just yet. This might be actually the biggest lead we've seen so far in the match here. Here is that while Sonika, the thing is that while Draven is probably gonna be getting that point, the thing is that what is there left? The thing is that the next maps which are gonna be picked will quite favor Sonika here. And here on from now, I think Draven this will be a tough time for Draven to get more points here. And again here, the thing is that I think in the 10k map, Draven also had the accuracy advantage, but not that much. But the thing is that here we see that the combo makes the difference here. Because the thing is that Draven actually does have more 200s and does have the lower ratio here, but the fact that they can combo through the map makes them being able to pick their points. But now we're getting into the 5k Rise map, and now this will be a much different story here. BPM 380. Well, I mean, this depends on the snappings too, but already a BPM this high, I think this is gonna be quite a fast map for you looking at the BPM here. There we go in the map. And yeah, this might be one second snappings here. But the Grace, both players are missing out. I mean, yeah, looking at the Grace, this is really flamey and very aggressive. I think this is quite hard to get a good accuracy and to be consistent on. And yeah, those Graces also tells why Draven struggles on the accuracy side of things here. Because when there's those Graces, the unstable rate of Draven just goes everywhere. And this makes them lose so much accuracy there. And the thing is that so far, even in the combo department here, I think Sonika does have the lead here. Well, and I've heard an eagle sound in the song of the map. By the way, big up to the Americans who watch us out there, if there's some. Okay, quite in the jump stream part of things right now. So this is quite a more mixed oriented Rice map. In the start of the map we've seen a lot of Graces and flaming patterns. Here we see quite some more straightforward patterns here, especially some jump streams with some jacks as well. That's for both players having the same combo here, and both players hitting that jack named. That was quite fast actually. And we're in the ending of the map here. Seneca will be able to take their point and get into a match point situation here to secure their tiebreaker. And yeah, now, I mean, there's still the accuracy difference, but here, even the combo is on the side of Seneca here. And the 8K LN map, which is gonna be being picked out by Draven. And I think this one particular map might be the closest map with it. I mean, so far seeing both players, I quite can't tell whose map is this. I think this can be anyone's game. There we go, in the 8KN map here. Both players managing to go through the intro of the map combo-wise, but they both just dropped so much accuracy, like they are both just barely in S rank. So this intro was quite brutal actually, but both players are now being able to quite catch up here, even though they both struggle quite still. And the thing is that the lead, as expected, is actually quite close between both of the players here. Like they both miss quite at the same time here, though Seneca being able to take just a little bit of a lead here, and now traded misses here. We're almost halfway through the map here in the break section. You can call it the break section. And yeah, and now, damn, this is actually in the 3-digit lead difference here. This is quite close. Seneca being able to take just a little bit, but we can't really tell. Draven missing out just a little bit dirty here, allowing Seneca to take just a little bit of a lead here, but it is traded back. It is really going fourth here. But I think those trades do favor Seneca here. But I do think this is not quite over yet for Draven here. And this is quite a drop here, but the thing is that, again, those traded misses do still favor Seneca here. Seneca being able to hold a little bit more combo here than Draven here. Yeah, in the ending of the map here, we do see Seneca being able to take a much more lead here, and I think that's gonna allow them to actually win the match here. And yeah, this is over. GG well played to both players here. Seneca is actually gonna be moving on to the next rounds. I don't know if this is a winners or losers bracket match, but yeah, they're going into the next round. Yeah, that was quite a match here. Just a little bit close, but not quite just yet. So two really good players here fighting off here in this match. Now we have another match coming up in just 25 minutes here, which is actually gonna be commented by myself and Sonika here, so maybe a player interview here later when the next match begins, why not? We'll see that, but yeah, with that out of the way, I think we're gonna just have a little bit of a break here and see you guys later.